Good morning, sunshine. How are you today? I hope that you and your family are okay. Well, as you may figure out, I'm Miss Bertha. And today, I'm very happy because I prepared a video for you to explain you some of the structures that we are going to be using this week in our class. Before we begin, there's a recommendation. Please pay attention to the video. Look at examples so you can be able to solve the exercises that I am going to send you. Okay? Are you ready? Let's begin then. This week, we are going to work with future. Remember that the future tense expresses events or actions that haven't happened yet, or that will happen at some point in the future. There are different kinds of future. I listed them there. We have the present continuous, the simple present, the future with be going to, and the future with will. The first future that we are going to see is the present continuous. In this tense, we are going to need the verb to be, am, is, are, and the verb with ing. Even when we know that this tense is to express actions in progress, it can also be used to talk about the future that it's going to be very, very soon. So, for example, if you ask me, Miss Bertha, what are you going to do next weekend? I can answer, I'm shopping some groceries. Or if somebody asks you, what are you going to do later? You might answer, since you are a very nice student, I'm studying tonight. So present continuous, also known as present continuous intention to future, is very, very common when we are talking about the future that it's going to happen soon. Not a future that will happen 2,000 years from now or 50 years from now. No, because that's far future. We are talking about the future that is happening in the next couple of days, okay? So remember, it's for very, very soon future. Since we are using verb to be, it's important to mention that it is going to be our auxiliary, both for negative and interrogative forms. To make the negative, remember that we just have to add the word not, complete or in a contraction, like I'm not, aren't, or isn't. And in case of questions, we are going to switch the verb to be with the pronoun. For example, she is working next weekend. If we want to make an interrogative, what do we have to do? Yes, we are going to switch. So it would be, is she working next weekend? Easy, right? The simple present. We can also use the simple present to talk about routines, but it can also be used to talk about routines in the future. For example, and by this I mean timetables, we use it when we're talking about a scheduled event, something that is scheduled to happen in the future. So, this usually has to do with when we are talking about, for example, transportation. Trains, planes, buses, when are they going to depart? Or we can also use it to talk about TV shows, when they begin or when they end. To talk about places, restaurants, stores, when they are opening or closing. And we use it to talk about schedules or timetables. Here are some examples. The last train leaves at 6 p.m. today. So, 6 p.m. hasn't happened yet. It belongs to the future, but because it's an scheduled event, it's a timetable event. The second example, the restaurant opens at 5 p.m. today. We are letting another person know that the restaurant is going to be open soon. But wait, let's not get confused. Even though these two tenses are used in present, they can also be used in future. It's important to know the differences so we can identify when we have to use the simple present or the present continuous referring to future or to a present situation. Let's take a look at the two principal structures we identify as future: be, going to, and will. We use be going to talk about the near future. It's about a future that is not so far away. It's a future where we think something is going to happen and we have evidence that something is likely to occur. So, for example, I'm going to study English in Canada next month. This means that you probably have your ticket already booked, and you are pretty sure about this. The second example. It's going to rain soon. Imagine that you are outside and you look at the sky and say, it's going to rain soon. But wait, how do you know it? Well, if you look at the sky and there are black clouds or this is cloudy, the possibilities of raining are huge. So, we can say that be going to refers to the near future and plans. And then we get to the future simple with will. This is maybe the easiest future. Will refers to far future and promises. We also use it when we are not so sure about something, like predictions, but it might be that it doesn't happen, and the difference with the going to is that you have an evidence. I put you there. We use future will to make promises. Oh my gosh. I will always love you. Well, bad news, guys. Maybe that's a promise that you cannot keep. At least, not forever. The second example. We use will to make predictions. Let's hope that this doesn't happen soon. Aliens will invade Earth. That is a possibility. Aliens can come to our planet. Let's hope that they do not arrive soon. But this is not 100% sure. Events can change. And we use future will to make offerings. For example, she will help me with math. Somebody's going to help you to do something. We could get confused between two structures, be going to or will. Maybe we are not so sure when to use them. Well, it is easy if you see it this way. Will is often used in a similar way to be going to, but will is used when we are talking about something with absolute certainty. Be going to is used when we want to emphasize our decision or the evidence in the present. Well, those were the future structures that we needed to see. If you have any question or you need further explanation, please let me know. As I told you at the beginning, you are going to have extra work in books and notebooks to practice this structure. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure for me. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep working hard, and most of all, be safe. See you next class, guys. Bye.